What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video, yes, finally, boys, we're back. We're back in action. Yeah, that's right. The new dyno, she's finally up and running, ready to rock and roll. We're going to be putting our first bike on there today. Not just any old bike. Well, it is a Honda, but we got a brand new, it ain't brand new, 2021 Honda CBR1000RR, owned by none other.
Honda gang. Yeah, you know it.
Big Country. You know, I don't know why, but he loves these Hondas. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of taking a liking to them too. And we are having some pretty good luck / pretty good results out of this thing. So this is a 2021 Honda CBR1000RR that Big Country has pretty much rebuilt from scratch. He bought this thing wrecked at the auction with a salvage title, but look at it now. This thing looks brand hammer new. He has put her back together with awesome, very, very nice looking parts. Looks a lot like a Triple R. Are we gonna make it run like a Triple R? Well, we're gonna find out today as it goes on the brand new dyno. We're gonna be installing some new parts. We got a Woolich Racing quick shifter and a Woolich Racing log box. We're gonna talk more about what that is here in just a second. Stay with us, guys. Here we go. Alright guys, so let's talk about the modifications we're going to install before we hit the dyno. So for one, this Honda CBR1000RR, I guess you would say it's straight out of the Stone Age because it does not have a quick shifter from the factory. Honda, they put the plug in there for the quick shifter. That's it right there. So I don't understand. So anyways, we got the plug-in to do a plug-in quick shifter. Honda sells one, but it's not really super fine-tunable / adjustable. So we have got one from Woolich Racing. This is a complete plug-and-play unit. You do have to flash the ECU in order for it to work though. But no problem, you know, us at Old Trusty Moore Mafia, we're gonna program the ECU and the quick shifter together and fine-tune and dial in those kill times. So what is that? That is the amount of time that the engine cuts out for just a second in order for the bike to successfully change gears without you letting off the gas or pulling in the clutch. So another thing that we're going to be installing on Big Country's bike, because he's trying to make this Honda 100% race ready, we're installing a Woolich Racing log box on this thing and the Z-Tronics wideband package. So he's going to have a wideband O2 sensor bolted in his exhaust, and this Woolich Racing log box is going to have the capabilities to data log his runs, his rides, and make the adjustments he needs to make in order to have his tune perfect no matter where he's at. What do I mean by that? If you live in Montana, Colorado, New Mexico, Florida, Jamaica, wherever you live, you got the abilities to go in and fine tune and dial in your air fuel ratio no matter what the circumstances, whether it be hot, cold, snowing, raining, high elevation, low elevation, whatever it is, you can now get the perfect tune. Does it take some, I guess you would say, experience or knowledge about tuning? Yeah, it does. It's not super simple. So if you don't understand any of it, you can reach out to me, moremafia.com, and I offer a remote tuning package. If something like this would be interesting to you, if you're just riding and having fun, all you really need is our ECU Flashed. That's going to do everything you need to do. But for the serious racer like Big Country over there, who's trying to keep up with all these Suzukis running around, those speed demons over there, he needs this thing to be everything he can get. An extra 1, 2, 3 horsepower is going to be a big deal for somebody like him. let's quit blabbering. Let's get this stuff installed. We'll show you how easy it works, and we'll get this thing on the dyno. All right, so Big Country is in the process of installing the new Woolich shift rod. So you see he unbolted his gear shifter. This is the factory shift rod. Woolich Racing sends you a new shift rod, which is a little shorter, but has the sensor in it, which the sensor is longer, the rod's shorter, the overall length exact same. So he's installing that now. Literally probably spent 1 minute video, or you know, before we got the video out. So this stuff is
to it. It's easy.
Nothing to it.
It is pretty cool, dude. They got, look, magic threads. The sensor has magic threads. How does that work, dude?
You'll see, Country. We can't tell you it's magic.
It's magic, brother.
But anyways, super easy on the installation for this part, and then literally it's just gonna plug in using our OEM plug that's already there. So as you can see, the sensor in the rod install part is finished. Now he is getting the factory, there's like a cap on the factory quick shifter plug, basically that just keeps it dry and clean.
Brother, they got this thing wrapped up tight, dude. I mean, it's like a condom on my plug over here. Country can't get it. Country gonna get it.
Your brain ain't good enough, Country?
Brother, there's
Let me see that thing.
special plugs here, dude.
Yeah, you just push that right there.
I was pushing the wrong button, dude.
You're dumb.
Jesus, I thought it was magic.
All right, well, see if you can figure out how to plug it back in. Cha-ching!
Dude, that was super easy.
Yeah. All right, so we just need to zip tie this up where the cord can't get caught in anything, and then we'll just tuck this in.
Zip tight right there.
No, Country, that's your chain. You do not hook it to that.
Okay.
So I'll make sure this goes right, guys. We'll have it finished in a second. And just like that, the new dyno room is finished, boys. Check it out. What do you think? More Mafia. Woo-wee. We got the all-new backdrop on the wall. This thing turned out super, super good. Got all this printed, got everything hung, done. The new DynoJet 250i, she's all dialed in, ready to rock and roll, boys. We got new lights in the ceiling. We've upgraded our ventilation system even more. I don't know what to think. I ain't gonna lie, like all this new fancy equipment, I just feel like a kid in a candy shop. We're just ready to work, video, boys. The content, it's about to start back up. I know you guys been disappointed because we had a little bit of downtime. It's because I had no dyno, no toys to play with. I mean, what was I supposed to do? It's freezing cold outside. But we got it all hooked up. We're learning how to work everything. We've pretty much got it dialed in. All right, so back to the subject. Let's talk about Big Country's bike. We got it loaded up on the dyno here. So I've got the wideband O2 sensor from the Woolich kit hooked into Big Country's exhaust pipe. Then we've got the dyno O2 sensor here monitoring in the back of the exhaust pipe. So we'll be able to compare our dyno readings to our data log readings here in the ECU. But let me show you a little bit about this kit. So right now I've got my USB cord here plugged into my laptop, and so we can get live data. So we'll turn the key switch on. We go up here and we push engine data in our map that we already have open. And as you can see now, let's see, the bike is connected. So you can see as I give it gas, boom, it's showing the throttle moving. So in just a second, I'll fire the bike up. You're gonna see RPMs, you're gonna see TPS, and you're also gonna see the air-fuel ratio. So this is gonna be all recording live to our screen. Then the cool thing about it is, let's just say we see that the fueling's off, we can go into our fuel maps, we see all this stuff. A lot of numbers, a lot of confusion here, but it's gonna have a little green cursor here that's gonna show it's where it's at live. So we'll go ahead and fire the up. Big Country, hit the fans, dude.
Brother, you got a lot going on, dude.
You think you can do this, Country?
No, lots of numbers.
Country ain't real good at counting once he gets past 5. No, 10, you go to 10, right?
Yeah, 10. Got 10 fingers.
10 fingers, he uses his fingers, but once he gets past them, it gets a little confusing. So we're gonna fire the bike up. So now we're able to look. We see our air fuel ratio and stuff reading here. Then when we go into our fuel maps, it shows us live where we're at. Another thing too that we'll talk about is we can go in here to the auto tune tables, and we are actually able to see the target air fuel ratio. So you can see all these numbers here. That comes kind of sort of, I guess you would say, preset or pre-configured from Woolich of what will just run and perform good. So as we ride the bike, we can, the O2 sensor is gonna record, and then it's gonna save that data, and then we can come back and open that data, and then we can see how many data counts. So basically, as we run it, you're gonna see that it shows us that it sampled that thing 15 times or 2 times or 20 times. So if it sampled it 20 times and it tells you that it's 10% too lean, you got a real good indication that it's accurate. So if it sampled it 1 time and it said it's 20% too lean, it's like, maybe we should wait and see again. But if you wanna hold it and try to get as many samples in each area as you can. All this will make better sense here in just a second. I'm gonna do a run. We're gonna get our dyno. We're gonna have our dyno run to compare, and then we're gonna go back and look at the log from the Woolich data, compare them, and see how it works. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna be doing the baseline pull on Big Country CBR1000RR. Only 2 R's. You ain't got a pirate bike. So anyways, we're gonna be doing the baseline pull. We're gonna see what this thing does. We're letting the Woolich Racing log box log and sample too. So it's gonna do a lot of the tuning for us. We'll see how all that works out. Let's see what this Honda can make. Big Country swears it's the greatest thing ever. We're about to find out. Dude, I hope these fans aren't too loud. They are insane when I turn them on. So I don't know how much of that run you just got to see. This GoPro, about to go out the window, dude. We got new room, new everything, same old camera. It ain't no good. So anyways, here we are. We've made our runs. We just are flashing the ECU now. Take a look at what this Honda just made. 182.81. What? 84 foot-pounds of torque. Everything is looking super good power. So he's got the Stinger stacks in it. So those are the stacks that move up and down. So you can see that we got a little dip in our power curve here. We've also got a dip in our air fuel ratio. So we're gonna go in and work on fixing that. The bike goes a little lean right before it goes a little rich. We're just working out those waves, guys. Our Woolich box is flashing the ECU now based off of what the data that the Woolich box collected. Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm pretty much letting this Woolich log box do all the tuning on its own. Let's see how good the air fuel ratio gets dialed in and how much power we can crank out of this thing. Now, where it made the 182 horsepower, our air fuel ratio, she's pretty well spot on. So I don't know how much better we're gonna get total power-wise. We're just trying to smooth out the power curve as good as possible. I'm gonna have you some better video footage here in just a second once we get this thing back rolling. We also got the Big Country's quick shifter and auto blipper activated. And you know what else he had to have, dude? He had to have the two-step. Yeah, that's right, guys. Once you buy the Woolich Racing quick shifter, that gives you the race tools package. That gives us the ability to activate launch control. So this thing actually is gonna have a true launch control on it. It'll be able to set the RPMs, pull the clutch in, let the clutch out, and it's gonna control the rate of acceleration that this thing can rip up out of the hole from. So it's gonna be really interesting and super cool to see what it sounds like and how it performs. So we gained a little more power once again. Take a look at this, 183.65 and 84.54 foot-pounds of torque. Now I don't like this little Humpty Dump we got here. That's all those stinger stacks. So anytime those stacks move, you're gonna have a dip in the power curve. It's the exact same way when tuning a Yamaha, like a new R1. So we can move that hump left, we can move it right, but no matter what, you're still gonna have a hump. So we got a really nice power curve here. We got the little Humpty Dump there, but then does it pull hard on top. So overall, pretty impressive power numbers. The air-fuel ratio you can see almost perfectly straight. We're going into our Woolich.
That's where the VTEC kicks in.
VTEC.
Think about that. You're not used to Hondas. VTEC.
All right. So let's go to our Woolich Racing software. You can see here, this is our logged air fuel ratio, and then this is the percent changed that it's recommending we change this thing. So you can see here in the mid-range, a couple places it's adding a good bit of fuel, and then other than that, look, we're down to 1%, 0.1%, 0.06, 0.07. Our tune is looking real good. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna let it make 90% of these changes. So one thing that we block out a few of them, which you can go in the software and kind of make it do this manually, but this is the data count, how many times it actually read that log. So you can see at 4,000 RPMs, 4.8% throttle. I held it there for a while because we got 235 data counts that it's actually logged and sampled that air fuel ratio. So we know that's really accurate. When we start seeing stuff, numbers like 1, 2, and 3, those are very small, so it only got that data for just a second. Maybe it's accurate, maybe it's not. So we have to go in and actually look at our auto-tuned map, and I can see that all this stuff kind of blends and looks smooth together. Nothing looks super crazy or out of place. We're gonna go in, tweak this thing, and on our next log, should look really smooth and almost perfect, boys. I feel like you done pulled one off, brother. This thing is a beast, man. Power looks super good. Air fuel ratio dialed in pretty much perfect.
Hey.
The old Woolich log box has really done us well. We ended up with a best of 184 horsepower, 184.24, 84.61 foot-pounds of torque. Absolutely insane numbers. Big Country, he's got more tricks up his sleeve. He's got different velocity stacks he wants to try. Keep in mind, this is 93 octane pump gas, boys. When we put race gas in this thing,
He's gonna be fast, dude.
woo-wee. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a comment. Let me know what you think about the new dyno room. I feel like it turned out insane. Before we go, I'm gonna take you up front and show you the new showroom. All the lights in there, it turned out sick too. We got renovations going on like crazy. Let's go check it out. Take a look. If you come and get your bike tuned, this is what you're gonna be sitting at. That's the view you're gonna have, boys. You gotta come check us out, moremafia.com. Let's go in here and show them the showroom, Country. Before we go, we gotta go check this out, all right, guys? Hey, so comment in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the new dyno room. Make sure you smash that like button. And as always, hit us up, moremafia.com, if you have any questions, need any help on tuning. Want to get yourself the Woolich Racing log box and stuff so you can put it on your bike? We can help you out with the tuning on that as well. If you go to moremafia.com, go to the tuning page, and there's a remote tuning page. We got all that info, and we will show you. Hey, flip the lights on, Shane. We got to show them the new lights. We got the showroom looking good up here. He's gonna flip the lights on. It's almost closing time, boy. Woo-wee. And Chris said, let there be light. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Smash that like button, hit us up, moremafia.com. Or if you wanna buy a new bike, hit us up, cyclespecialtiesperformance.com. We'll get you hooked up no matter what. All right, guys, see you next time.